If you're still chasing women, validation, or attention, you've already lost the war. Masculine men don't move like that. We command through presence, through law, through polarity. Today I'm going to show you exactly why weak men chase and how you burn that weakness out of your nervous system for good. If you're tired of feeling like a dog begging for scraps, grab the Unruly Blueprint for $9.87. It will rewire you from passive to powerful. The link's in the description below. There's a common misunderstanding when it comes to attracting the feminine into your energetic field. A lot of you want to chase women down because you don't often see women that you deem as worthy of being in your space, let alone see women at all. And really, the question isn't if you see them, the question is if they see you. Some of you are operating at such a low vibration with nothing in sight besides your 9 to 5, playing video games, drinking and going out with your boys just to do this very chasing that we're talking about. Women aren't just going to settle and sit in your half-ass structure because you want them to. And therefore, this game that you see online or the game that you want to use within your real life to get women to come to you is not necessarily going to work if your structure isn't put in place. So you need to refine your structure. You need to refine your understanding of polarity between masculine and feminine, and then implement it in your day-to-day operations as it regards you operating as a man looking to have a feminine woman come into your life. Let's get right into it today. Stop chasing. Very simple. You must stop chasing. Women aren't just going to come to you. Take the time to understand what you are doing that is fucking up your energetic signature so much that you're repelling women. And I promise you, a lot of it is because you want a feminine woman while you're still feminine yourself. Again, I'll remind you, the laws of the realm will always seek to be balanced, especially in polarity. And if you are looking for that feminine woman and actively going out, going up to these feminine women, and you're a bit feminine yourself, you're going to repel them. They don't like that. They don't like you for real. As a matter of fact, this is why they ignore you. Point 1. Why weak men chase. Why chase? It's not that you have to. It's that chasing comes easier than doing the reconstruction of the structure of your masculine. You don't want to be disciplined to the masculine energy that you've been given. It's your birthright. You don't want to sit in that discipline because it's not fun. It doesn't excite you. And society has programmed you to always work off of stimulants. Social media, drugs, algorithm, psychological warfare that you're losing. And they've numbed your spiritual fire so much so that all you do is you feed more into the algorithmic warfare. You feed into the psychological warfare. You feed into the feminine, instead of using your disciplined masculine to get the very woman that you're looking for. What does that mean for your nervous system? Your nervous system is programmed in lack. You believe that women aren't in abundance in the way that you want them. You hear Western women all the time on social media. Western woman this, Western woman that. If you're dating a Western woman, she's gonna cheat on you. If you're doing something to get a Western woman, you're not gonna succeed with the feminine. All in its right. All of it is right to some degree. It has a truth, but it's only but half of the truth. Remember, all truths are half truths. There's another side of the story, and the other side of the story is you. If you were a masculine man sitting in structure and you could lead correctly, women would find you more attractive. You would first ping off on their radar. Right now, you're invisible. And that's because you think there's a lack. Your nervous system is programmed for lack. So you chase every time you see one. But you also don't take into account the fact that maybe before I go chase, let me see my structure and if I can even hold the very thing I'm looking to get from chasing. You'll do such refinement on that very structure and all those hairline fractures within your foundation that you'll no longer need to chase, but your energetic signature will just attract feminine to you. The next step after that, refining your structure, is understanding that the movement that chasing gives you is not powerful. It's that immature masculine illusion. You see it on social media all the time. Your nervous system is heavily programmed on the algorithm. And therefore, when you see all of these masculine men chasing women and showing you that, hey, I need to go chase women or you need to go chase women, follow my lead of chasing women, you think it's powerful because other immature masculine men are showing you how to do so. Complete bullshit. A man in structure doesn't even think about women that often before his structure is complete. You must complete your structure to hold the abundance that you're looking to get, which is the feminine. But that doesn't mean that when you're moving, and you finally get this structure, that, hey, now I need to run down women because I have the structure to hold them. It just shows that you're weak and that there's a piece of lack still within your nervous system. And therefore, this chasing ideology is just a masculine illusion. Wake the fuck up. Now think, when you chase after a woman, what does that make her in this position? Does that make you in command or does that make her in command? Is she the one running you down or are you the one running her down? Asking for acceptance, asking for attention. To be validated? Precisely. So you're putting her in the position of command. So off bat, you're already losing. Women don't want to be in command. Women want to be led. So when you're chasing after them, you're giving them the selector tool. Hey, see me, pick me. No need. Does this mean you shouldn't approach the woman that you think fits within your masculine structure and you can see as a match for you? That doesn't mean that you can't go up to her, but that means that how you go up to her matters. It's not a chasing, more so as a selective process to say, I see you, you see me. Why are we acting like we don't see each other? Very different from, hey, pick me. Baby, what's your number? What's your Instagram? What's all it is? Absolutely not. Some of you are coming with this rattled nervous system. Your nervous system plays a big part in how you approach women. Do you walk up to them with structure, not of a needing standpoint, but of a selection standpoint? I see all these women in the room, but out of all these women, I select you. Now validate yourself to me. You become the selector. But there's a psychological way of speaking to women, and we'll get into that another day. But you have to speak to women as if you are the one selecting, even though you are coming within her space. There's a very different structure as it goes to going out for women. It's not a begging, more so as it is a structural acceptance of her feminine into your masculine energy. Very different approach. If this hits and you're actually building something, join the Discord, but don't come soft. Come ready to command because you will be tested. Point 2, how masculine men command. Masculine men command this space that they're in. They command the environment. It's a different structural approach, like I said before. You're not operating from lack, but operating from full stature. You're unmovable. You can't move me. My force is too thick. I'm too dense. Nothing rattles my nervous system. Your looks, they're very good looking to the eye. That doesn't really appease what I'm looking for. What do you come with? Are you an amplifier or are you a destructive pendulum looking to enter my kingdom? Those are the types of approaches that you have to go about. Because if you hold a certain level of structure, a certain level of quality, a certain level of standard, a certain level of accountability, then the way that you operate with women has to exude that energy because you are the structure she's looking for. And so the masculine energy that you exude on the environment around you has to be unmoved by the outcome. I don't care if she walks by. Does this mean that when I'm sitting in an environment and a gorgeous woman walks by with an energetic signature that I can identify, does that mean that I'm not looking or I won't turn my head to see what has entered the room? Of course I'm going to look and see. Does this mean I'm gonna gawk over her? Fuck no. You simply glance, you see the gorgeous woman, okay, great, back to what I was doing. My nervous system is neutral. And no matter what the outcome is, whether you come up to me, I come up to you, if I don't speak to you at all, whether you come into my presence or not, I see you, I acknowledge you, I'm not gonna avoid you, I'm not, I attract you, you attract me. Your nature is to look, great, look, and then get back to what you were doing. I don't care about the outcome. You have to worry about your structure and the way that you sit and make sure your nervous system is neutral to attract the right woman into your life or into your structure. We speak about law all the time and how mentalism is what you think about. Correspondence is what then gets showed by the things that are in your brain. Vibration is your frequency. Your movement generates your frequency. Polarity is the scale at which you are masculine and it can attract the opposite. Rhythm, how are you staying within your same rhythm of being a masculine man in structure? Cause and effect, what are you putting inside of that masculine order to get a certain effect out of women. In gender, are you sitting in your masculine confidently enough so that the feminine feels confident to then come into your structure or not? Because again, you need masculine and feminine to create. And a feminine woman that trusts her masculine man will amplify his vision far beyond what he thought he could do alone. And so that becomes who you are. It's not necessarily about what you do, it's about who you are. That's all law is. Are you operating with who you are and who you know yourself to be on the inside along with externally? Or are you doing something to try to exude that energy? Because if you're trying, then that means you're not it. You're not him. You never were. Therefore, this game that y'all want so much never works because the game is game itself. Your mouthpiece can only do so much because the second your structure doesn't align with the words that come out of your mouth, you're a phony, you're a fraud, you lied. So it makes sense for you to sit within your structure, pressurized by law, stay disciplined, and keep your nervous system neutral. Again, we spoke about emotions the other day. When those emotions come over you because a gorgeous woman has approached your space, this doesn't mean that you need to get up in arms, let alone go after her. Let her spot you. Let her give you choosing signals to say, I see you. A lot of you are running after women, not from a place of command, but of a place of skittish lack that we spoke about a second ago, because you want her. She don't want you. She don't even see you. Get the signal first, because the frequency will identify its like frequency. So if a woman is, and I'll give you an example, because it's not just, oh, I see her, she looks gorgeous, and I'm good enough, so I'm gonna go to her. No, allow the woman to give you a choosing signal. A woman who recognizes a signature that she can resonate with is going to give you full eye contact. Not side eye contact, not ooh, no. She will give you full signals that yes, you may enter. And if she's not bold enough to come to you, you go to her in command, not from lack, but from the identification that she saw you and I saw her. Don't run, chase down women that don't see you. Your success rate then diminishes. And a lot of you can't take rejection like we've spoken about over and over again. Your masculine structure isn't fully in neutrality enough to deal with the rejection. So start from a standpoint of being recognized and having the frequency see you. She will give you all the choosy signals. She will come into your orbit. Every circumstance that I've been in, holding firm in my command posture, being who I know I am, not thinking, ooh, a woman just came around, let me act different. I continued to be who I am. She came into my presence. They will show you signals. They will come near you. They will float around you in your orbit. Why? Because she is giving you a choosing signal. She will stand purposefully in your line of sight. So next is to see what she's trying to tell you. But a lot of you are so skittish in your nervous system, it's so fucked up, you can't even see signals, let alone be able to act upon them confidently within structure and command. So when you get up to her after she gives you a choosing signal, you lose her because you get back into your state of lack. Breathe. Sit within your structure. A masculine man leads with discipline, presence, and clarity to polarize. When you sit in that structure in every environment, not only will women give you choosing signals, but they are going to polarize themselves to be automatic, to be all the way feminine as possible because you are masculine as fuck. When you sit in that masculine energy and you just allow your presence to shift the energetic field within the room, feminine women must come to you because they recognize an energetic signature. The law of polarity requires her to do so. You think feminine women are running to feminine men? No, they're running to masculine men. That's just what it is, and you will repel all masculine women away from you as a masculine structure. They must go back to their nature, which is law. They're the reason why we exist. So don't get too worried about the game, worry about the structure so she can come and feel comfortable and safe. 3, rewiring from chaser to commander. I need y'all to start from the Instagram standpoint, from a digital standpoint. This will help you. Because if you're already locked in as a chaser, you're locked into the algorithmic warfare and you're probably losing. Therefore, you see a gorgeous girl on your story, you like the story. You see a woman post a reel of her walking and showing her ass, you love the reel. You then start to swipe up and DM women out of the blue. They don't know who the fuck you are. And plus your presence online doesn't show your structure. This is why your fail rate is so high. You get rejected online. And then even when she does respond, you double text. What all of this equates to is you being disobedient to law. You think a structural man is allowing his emotions to get to him and sitting there liking off girls on Instagram non-stop all day? Every second you get, you open Instagram, and what you gonna see? You're gonna see ass. Your algorithm is going to reflect to you what you're thinking about because that's the shit you give attention to. So you're always giving attention to women all the time. You're gonna see ass all the time. And because you continue to like it, you're furthering yourself into the algorithmic warfare and you continue to lose. So obey law and sit within your structure, even at a digital standpoint. Stop all of this liking, DMing, and double texting. Fuck all of that. Leave that shit alone and work on your structure. To further your posture within your masculine energy, you have to commit war to yourself every day. You want to go on socials, but you have nothing to post. If you go in the mirror and post yourself, no one's going to swipe upon you. Why? Because you don't commit war against yourself. Do you go to the gym every day? Do you fortify your mind every day? Do you think about a business structure that you can jump into and create and generate cash flow? Are you creating from a standpoint of command, or are you creating from a standpoint of scarcity, lack, and neglect? You have to think about these things. You're a masculine man living in a world that is pushing feminine. And if you're not working on yourself in the masculine way, you're always going to lean towards the feminine ideologies and narrative that the algorithm, along with the agenda that is being pushed onto our youth, along with yourself, is trying to put onto you. So you have to commit war every single day. Tell yourself the truth. Look in the mirror. Ask, would a woman want to be with me? If I had a daughter, would I want my daughter to be with a man like me? Probably fucking not. A lot of you look away when you look in the mirror. You're not proud of yourself. You have to get to a point where you look in the mirror and you say, God damn. There'd be days where, I promise you, hands down, when you go into the mirror and you've been working on yourself nonstop, you take 2 seconds to really look at yourself in the mirror and say, fuck, damn. The workout's been working. The meal plan been working. Damn, my content's buzzing. Damn, oof. My bank account looking nice. Ooh, business deals are closing. Damn, you take 2 seconds to pause, not to get all high, but to really take a second to realize that if I continue staying disciplined, how could I lose? That's where you have to get to before you start to desire a woman to come into your structure and your energetic field. You must become who you think you are or who you say you are. Women won't respect you after a while if you keep talking. Now, a lot of this talking shit is not working for you. Not because what you're saying is wrong, but because how you execute it in your day-to-day life is wrong. And women can pick that up within your energy. And again, like we said yesterday, they're going to probe at you. You think people don't see the foundations or the structure that you live on? If you talk a big game, you have all this money, but your body's out of shape. That's not attractive, bro. So she might deem you as someone she can stick around with because of financial gain, but she'll never trust you enough to lay down with you and give her feminine energy. She might even sleep with you, but I promise you, the person that she will give full feminine access to, do the shit that you ain't even seen on the hub. You don't get that access to her because she understands that a part of your foundation is fucked up. But the second you can live and stand on who you are with structure, you open up a whole new realm that she's never seen of herself. There's no way you're going to gain the access to a woman by just money. There's no way just from material that you're going to get what you want. You want women to think about you nonstop. Listen, you want to create memories in her brain, not just from the money, but from how disciplined and structured you were, and showing her that she can feel safe, safer than she's ever felt around any male. Hell, some women will feel safer around you than with their fathers, and that's a good sign. Because if her father trained her right, she'll only submit to you if you're of structure, and if you're of a certain stature that her father showed her. Because a woman will feel ultimately safe with her father. So imagine, if you are structurally better than her father, this doesn't mean that you're going to replace her father. No, no, no. This means that you are hitting all of the key things that her father told her she should look at for a male, within a male. And if you hit all them check boxes, plus the money doesn't matter, women will go on a walk with you and feel safe, and then give you the pussy later. You don't gotta buy her big dinner, big steak, big this, big that. And you see, this is where the Western woman the Western woman narrative gets switched, because it's a half truth. Yes, those women exist, but a lot of the things that men are doing are contributing to why women won't open up that access to themselves. Y'all are too pussy. Y'all don't want to do the hard work of building a structure worth a woman opening up to. Because the second you stop chasing and worried about your inner work and your inner structure and your nervous system and being able to stay neutral in every situation, the more you will build a concrete structure that she can lay back and relax in. And the more comfortable she is, the more she'll trust you. The more she'll trust you, the safer she feels. The safer she feels, the wetter she gets. The wetter she gets, the nastier she gets. The nastier she gets, the more fucking memories you cause and imprint into her brain from the shit she gonna allow you to do. You'll never get to the desires that you have with women unless you work on yourself and transform yourself through pain. It all comes through pain, because you've been so entangled with what the agenda is of the algorithm and what the agenda is of the folk that control this whole narrative. You have to let go of that narrative, look within yourself, find structural command of yourself with the masculine energy that you've been granted. It's your birthright, and stick discipline to it. Build it so it's so fortified that no matter what happens around you, you stay calm and you continue to trust your inner voice and lead. Women melt in your presence when you become a man of that sort of stature and presence. You no longer have to chase. They'll come to you. They'll orbit around you. They'll give you all the choosy signals. They'll move faster than they thought they wanted to. Because their body naturally lets go of all of the fear of a man with no structure. Because if you have no structure with your emotions, hey, if I reject him, is he gonna act crazy? If I leave this date at whatever time, is he gonna act crazy? If I start to give him deeper parts of myself that I've never given to anybody, can he hold it? Or will he clown me? Is he mature enough and intact with his spiritual levels that not only can I give him a piece of myself, but he'll allow me to critique him so that he can amplify his vision, because there are blind spots that I see within him that he doesn't see. So let me just give him a touch. But if I give it to him, will he act out of ego? You see how unsafe women feel if you don't work on your structure? That is a you problem, and you have to figure that out. And a lot of that means you must do the inner work first. Take the time to go through a structural renovation to fill all the cracks within yourself, and fuel it by discipline and pressurize it by law, so that y'all can enjoy the energetic polarization of each other. If you're watching but you haven't moved yet, you're stuck in consumer mode. Go get the Unruly blueprint or stay a chaser forever. Your higher self is calling you. Be ready or be replaced. Your closing decree: you were not born to chase scraps. You were born to command kingdoms. But law doesn't hand power to the passive. You either master your energy or life becomes a loop of rejection, weakness, and collapse. Choose, chase, or command. Consider yourself warned.